In a red-hot seller's market, many agents and sellers say, you don't need to do anything special to sell your house in this market. I beg to differ. I will share my best recommendations for the 10 key steps that a seller should do to prepare and sell in a seller's market for top dollar. From 1 to 10, here we go. We're going to move through this information quickly. You should first have a plan that includes where you're going to move. Some sellers are thinking because prices are at an all-time high, they want to sell and maybe rent for a while. They'll have all their cash in the bank and can be nimble and quick to move when and where they want. Some sellers are moving from California for lesser income taxes, change in politics, or lower prices. Some of the states that seem to be popular are Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Florida, and Texas, and others. If you're leaving the Bay Area, there's a 95+% chance you're moving to a place that's going to be more affordable than the Bay Area. There are a variety of reasons that people are moving. Perhaps a smaller house, or moving up into a larger house. More yard, less yard, retirement community, marriage, divorce, moving from one house to a condo, or vice versa, moving into one area or away from another. Sometimes people are just ready for a change. Also, if you've done well by owning your rent home for a number of years and you have no need to continue to be a homeowner, you might want to consider renting and enjoy that sizable nest egg. Find a no-maintenance place that's lock and go and experience some traveling. I think the world's going to start opening up for traveling again soon. Also, in a seller's market, it's easier to negotiate a rent back from the buyer for 30 to 60 days after close of escrow. Sometimes that rent back may cost nothing. Number 2, once you've decided to sell, one of the best ways to find a top realtor with high integrity and expertise is to talk to friends who recently sold their home and had a good experience. You could also look for 5-star reviews online. If you find that person right away, you may need to look no further. Or you could interview 2 or 3 agents and find someone with the knowledge, expertise, skill, and reputation that appeals to you. If you're also buying and want a loan, you'll want to make a lender or mortgage broker part of your trusted team too. Number 3, you and your agent will get together to review comparable sales and a market analysis to determine your home's value and asking price. 10 years ago and beyond, many agents and sellers had the philosophy, start high, you can always come down. That is really old school. With the demand for Marin Real Estate, you're much better off to price the home attractively. You'll sell more quickly and generate a better price, not to mention you don't risk languishing on the market. Your agent will also guide you as to any repairs or cosmetic improvements you may want to consider to create the strongest presentation and maximize the return on your investment. For the past 15 years, I've worked with a designer and a construction team in which we evaluate most cost-effective steps that can be done to enhance the home's presentation and appeal to the broadest audience. By the way, I highly recommend that you don't do what you like in the way of design and paint color, etc., but rely on a professional team to guide you as to what's going to be the most attractive in today's marketplace. Generally, I would advise against any significant remodeling, though we have done that with excellent success, but it can take much longer and become more costly. In my opinion, the more cosmetic the work, the better. Keep it fairly simple and superficial, as it were. Also, because the team you hire works specifically for homes that are being prepared for sale, unlike a contractor who may have multiple jobs and competing deadlines, these projects tend to be very much on time because real estate is a deadline-oriented business. You'll want to get the house on the market on the selected day of your choice. Also, another benefit, the home improvement team already has another house lined up for their next project. Number 5, you and your agent will work together to see what projects and changes are going to give you the best return and their associated costs. We then evaluate how much that investment will add to your overall value and your return on investment. For example, $50,000 should generate at least $100,000, and oftentimes $150,000, $200,000 or more. Additionally, the improvements will broaden the appeal to the buyers in the marketplace, make the sale happen more quickly, and have fewer contingencies, if not eliminate them altogether. I strongly recommend having a project coordinator and a timeline with dates to have the work completed, photographs taken, and getting the house launched onto the market. I've had some clients manage projects themselves, and I can provide them qualified subcontractors, but it's often easier to have one coordinator that knows all the players. Number 7, in the old days in the Bay Area, a house would come on the market, and then once an offer is accepted, then the buyer's having their inspections performed. Over the past 10 years, this has trended in a different direction. Smart sellers don't mind investing $1,000 to $2,000 in upfront inspections. The benefits to the seller are several. One, any work that needs to be done, a seller has the option of doing that prior to putting the house on the market. Just a little tip here, don't get obsessed with repairs. Oftentimes, the money is better invested in cosmetics, which provide a stronger impression, a better bang for the buck, because a lot of these buyers don't mind doing the repairs. Number two, getting these inspections completed up front avoids surprises for the listing agent and you, the seller. Three, old school, with the inspection selected by the buyers, they would usually come back to negotiate and get a second bite of the apple. That's not good for the seller. For example, you're 10 to 15 days into the process and the buyer comes back with inspection reports in hand and tries to put the seller over a barrel. With the inspections up front, so are the negotiations. They are often completed before the offer is even presented to the sellers. In a strong seller's market, buyers are not objecting to minor miscellaneous repairs. It has been quite standard that a listing agent gets all the required inspections and disclosures and creates a disclosure package. This is provided to the buyers and the buyer's agents for their review before they even submit an offer. I don't necessarily advocate that the buyers should be fine without doing their own due diligence. However, many other buyers in the current market are relying on inspections from these credible inspectors. In a competitive market, buyers and buyers' agents find it helpful to have all this information at their fingertips so they can move forward and determine how strong an offer they can afford. Staging is optional. The best agents have often seen that staging provides a 100 to 300% return on the money invested. Staging can often be the icing on the cake. It makes a nicely maintained and well-presented home look its best with stylish furnishings that appeal to the majority of the buyers currently in the market. Staging can make a 30 to 60-year-old home feel much more contemporary because a good stager is using furniture, accessories, and artwork that brings a look and feel of the home, interior and outdoor, to fit today's appeal, style, and lifestyle. Number 9, marketing. Even though buyers well outnumber sellers in this current market, I personally don't think that's any excuse for not putting your best foot forward, not only in presentation, but in marketing materials. High quality, professional photography, videography, and well-written copy of not only the house and the yard, but also the neighborhood and the community will appeal and inform buyers and buyers' agents. By the way, a good policy is to leave no stone unturned, cover every base so that any buyer that should know about your house will know about your house. From a seller and listing agent's perspective, when it comes to buyers or the number of offers, the more the merrier. Number 10, finally, science and strategy of timing. In the last 2 years has created almost a scientific strategy by the best Bay Area agents. Once you have the home and marketing ready, you implement a coming soon or a teaser marketing campaign that provides advance notice and excitement to the buyers and the agents so they'll be aware of the home already and be on the edge of their seats waiting for the unveiling. Finally, I recommend going full-blown multiple service MLS exposure. With extremely strong buyer demand, a property can be on the market for a fairly concise but action-packed time, for example, 7 to 10 days. There will be several open houses during this time and a parade of showings. An offer due date is published to all viewers. This also creates an opportunity for the buyers to compete, which results in an auction for the seller. Any and all interested parties will have the same information and the same opportunity to submit their best offer. What often is happening in this current market, if a seller and agent follow these steps, seller will receive 3, 5, maybe many more offers, depending on how many boxes are checked by their property and how many buyers are active in that price range. We started this video with the premise that some sellers and agents feel they don't need to bother to do anything special in a strong seller's market. Frankly, a good agent will be driving most of these steps, and the seller just needs to collaborate and continue moving forward. We currently have a concierge program that pays for fix-up expenses, cost of inspections, and even staging, paid up front by us and then reimbursed at close of escrow with no additional fees. So as a seller, you may not even need to write any checks. I know this step-by-step plan makes sense and it works. I've done it multiple times with exceptional results, as have a number of other very top agents in Marin County. There are several shortcuts and options, but this is the overall program for the current seller's market. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you find this helpful, I would appreciate any comments. Please subscribe if you're interested in future real estate insights and market updates. If you're ready for more real estate information right now, feel free to click on the box over my shoulder for the next video. Thank you for watching. This is Jeff Sturley, List for Now.